What's going on, it's the RapNerd, and I just got out of seeing the MCU's latest film entry called Thunderbolts. Now, the story follows a ragtag group of anti-heroes who are brought together to face a large threat because who we knew as the Avengers have been disbanded and they're no longer around, so it's up to them to fill in as the group of superheroes. And this group consists of Bucky, Yelena, the Red Guardian, Ghost, Agent Walker, and a guy named Bob. And I'm gonna leave Bob there for the folks who don't know who that is, but if you know, you know. Now, to start things off, this film is excellent. I loved every moment of this film. I haven't felt this great watching an MCU movie since, I would say, Shang-Chi. That's when it really blew the doors off the hinges for me. And I also love Deadpool and Wolverine, but we all know that movie is 100% a Fox Marvel movie, so I don't really categorize it as being an authentic 100% MCU-esque film. So moving that to the side, the Marvel has had a lot of movies in the past, but this one is an absolute banger. To start off, this ensemble cast together just works so well. The perfect tonality, the perfect everything for me was here in this film, because I was hoping it wasn't going to be overly humorous, but it is humorous in a sense, but it's not one-liners. Everything here is situational because of the clashing of everybody's character traits. Like, you have Walker, who's kind of an asshole because he thinks that he knows how to run things, and also being an asshole because he lost his position as Captain America. You have Ghost, who really just wants to work on her own and doesn't do well with others, period. And here you have Yelena, who, like both of them, are used to working on her own, but she is a little bit more lost because her sister is no longer here, and that was a big part of her, so she struggles with that. And then the real comedic relief comes from Red Guardian, because if you've seen him in all of the other movies that he's been in, it's the same thing here, but I just feel like it's played really, really well because, you know, since he is a foreigner, originally from Russia, it has this fish out of water type comedics to it, because he not only is he pulling from, you know, his old life growing up in Russia, but also still trying to hold on to being the old dude that still has it. And I can't forget Bob. Bob is kind of the real fish out of water. He has no idea why he's even here. So even that in itself adds a bit of dynamic to the group. And man, I just love what they did here, because there is a streamline theme throughout the whole movie about everybody being alone, and they really tug on the heartstrings a lot. Like, I can't even front, this movie got me very emotional, especially the way it ended. I found myself getting teary-eyed because of just how much of a gut punch they were able to pack into this movie. I could tell that they went the extra mile to make this hit different on a number of levels, from the family dynamics to the real look in the mirror of self with anti-heroes, because you know that they're all on the other side of being a good guy. So they've been there, done that. And when you have characters like this who've gotten their hands dirty, you can open up more emotionally because they have to deal with that. And even with Bucky, we've seen so much from him in all of these movies that here he plays the leader for real, more so of a leader than I've ever seen him. And you can see the growth in where he was in The Winter Soldier to now, and it's just beautifully done. And speaking of Bucky, he has one of the hardest comic book intros ever, and some of it's in the trailer where he just pulls up on some Terminator shit. It's dope in the trailer, but the way that it works within context of the film makes it that much better, because you've seen Captain America Brave New World. He's in that movie for a bit, and he now has a political position, but you see him expound upon that here. This movie is beautifully lit. There are actual black levels. The framing is specific to how the scene is supposed to feel. And I know that sounds like textbook thing, but, you know, MCU has a real problem with presets and just kind of letting the Marvel universe, if you will, create everything with the film. This one feels handcrafted, and the cinematography speaks for itself. It feels like a real movie. I can tell that the characters are actually on set and on location for a lot of the film, and it just added a certain tangible nature to this film that I haven't gotten a lot from the MCU. And the action in this film is splendid. All of the hand-to-hand combat is spectacular. This is the first film going the political thriller route that actually feels closest to The Winter Soldier that I've seen. There are some great action sequences from the opening. They do something really cool with the angles. The choreography is all kept in camera. There are a lot of long takes, a lot of oneers to really show off the choreography done. I loved it. And it all amalgamates into this third act. And again, if you know who Bob is, that's playing in the back of your head like, oh shit, I know we're going to get here. So the whole movie is just pushing it to that time period. And when we get there, fire. The chef's kiss with how they depicted everything here. And then I take it a step further with a certain character that adds a real emotional punch. They're kind of putting seeds here and there throughout the movie, and then you just arrive here. By that time, the emotion is swelled all the way up, and like I said, it hit me really, really hard in the feels, and I love that they went this route. And the final thing I say about this movie is this joint was written very cleverly. I love how they pretty much recreated another MCU film with this one. Like beat for beat is so cool how they did it. It's like an alternate version. So I gotta appreciate the work put into the MCU. If they can keep cranking this type shit out, man, MCU can go on for another 10 years because this was excellent. So if you have seen Thunderbolts, let me know in the comments what you thought about the film. What was your favorite scene? Mine, whew, I would have to say is the fight in the building. That's a winner. I thought that was incredible. And if you know, you know. And of course, if you like this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, thank you. Until next time. Peace. RapNerd Productions, no capping, that's word to mommy. Instead of banking on it, now rapping is just a hobby.